Hi everyone. A bit windswept and disinteresting today. And this is more unscripted guff. Please forgive it. I think you'll understand when I share with you what I'm going to share with you, that it's time sensitive. This is also one that I would ask you to share if you are in Britain, particularly in England, particularly. The reason being that today I was contacted by a friend who sent me a copy of a letter that she received from a British secondary school. I'm going to share it with you now. Bear with me. Um, uh, last. Well, that didn't work, did it? Hold on. Let me see if this works. This is what I want to share with you. Can you see it? Well, yeah, let's give it a go. There we go. Right. Dear parents, carers, you may be aware of the recent developments in artificial intelligence and generative AI tools such as ChatGPT. If you are not, AI works by processing vast amounts of data and using complex algorithms to make predictions or provide responses based on patterns it has learned from that data. AI tools such as ChatGPT have made using the technology more accessible to the broader public. Um, it's blacked out because it's got the name of the school there. But anyway, we believe that students should be encouraged to embrace new technologies in order to support their learning in an ever-changing world, best preparing them for their future steps. We would like students and teachers to be able to take advantage of these tools within their lessons. Some of the benefits of making use of AI within the classroom include enriching students' learning experiences. For example, you can ask AI to act as a historical figure, and students can ask and respond to questions. Instant personalized feedback, allowing students to rectify mistakes and promote deeper understanding in their learning. Homework and revision planning and management, building confidence using AI ahead of their next steps in a changing careers market. Now, there is more, but I'm just going to discuss with you very, very quickly, or share with you very quickly my thoughts on what we've read so far. Now, they're absolutely right. AI does work by processing vast amounts of data. It works in this case by processing vast amounts of data about your child. That data will be retained, and that data will then follow your child everywhere, all their life. Their responses will be analyzed in order to determine, according to algorithms, what kind of person they are, what they understand, what they don't understand, how they can be guided, and what they've done right by, the definition of somebody else's understanding of right, and what they've done wrong. And what you're talking about here is you're talking about letting technology uh, nurture your child. So instead of having a human being talking to your child, communicating with your child, explaining what happened, years ago, doing, ordinary history lessons where the child interacts with you and the other children in the classroom, they're to interact with artificial, get the word, artificial intelligence, and score out the word intelligence. Okay? It's just artificial. They want to collect the data on your child. They want to understand humans better. So that is one thing. So they can use that data to refine their algorithms. But they also want to collect the data on your child because they want to store it and use it to profile your child as they get older, to limit them in their activities because of responses that they have maybe made when they were 13 or 14 years old. You cannot allow this to happen. You cannot allow this to happen. Your children will not benefit from this. Your children will suffer if you allow this to happen. I'm going to read you the second part of the letter now. AI can certainly bring lots of opportunities and personalization to learning, but we're aware of some of the more negative issues that can arise with its use too. For example, we are reviewing our policies around student use of AI and plagiarism. And I just want to bring to your attention there that they are not talking about the ethical problem of using technology to teach a human being. And they're not talking about whether it's ethically okay to save data on people so that at some future date it can provide some sort of utility. They're talking about, whether this is going to, whether your child's going to use this to cheat. So the problem with it is that your child might use it to cheat. Your child might not have integrity. And that's the discussion that they want you to have with them. Do not have that discussion with them. That's not a discussion that you need to be having with anybody. Your child has integrity. They don't have any integrity. This is appalling. Furthermore, students will be having assemblies over the coming weeks regarding safe and responsible use of AI tools, including the limits of these tools. At KS4 and 5, this will include detailed guidance on JCQ regulations when completing non-exam assessment. For students to use AI tools within the classroom, they need to be over the age of 13 and use something between the ages of 13 and 18 need parental or guardian consent. We are operating on an opt-out. Now, I don't have the rest of the letter there for you to see, but I know from the person who received it that the way this works, they have 3 days, these parents, to opt out. If you do not opt out, by default, you have opted in. That in itself is manipulative and wrong and shouldn't be allowed. These parents have 3 days. These parents are working. These parents possibly don't check their emails every day. These parents don't understand necessarily the full implications of allowing this to go ahead. And they're not being given the opportunity to discuss it as adults in a group together at their school with the people who want to implement it and really talk through and tease out the implications of it and whether or not they would like their children to be educated in this manner. And I use that very loosely. They are not going to be educated in this manner. This is not education. This is, absolving yourself of the responsibility to nurture your children. And it's wrong, and giving people 3 days to opt out, and if they don't opt out, then they've opted in their child. That is horrific. Now, I'm just going to stop screen sharing here because I think that hopefully I have communicated my feelings relatively strongly, and I think that that's appropriate under these circumstances. I would really, really appreciate it if you would share this information as widely as you can to allow parents in Britain, but also in other Western nations, because it will just be something that everyone is actually experiencing all over the world, to look out for this and do not allow this to happen. You go to them, and initially, if needs be, in order to create time, you tell them that 3 days is totally inappropriate. That that this needs to have an in-person conversation where all the parents whose children could potentially be affected are invited into the school, and they talk to the people who want to implement this, and they have a group discussion, bare minimum. That's what, you create time by doing that. But ultimately, you say no. You just say no. Do not allow this to happen. These are your children. These are your children. Imagine if everything you had ever thought and every mistake you had ever made as far as someone else was concerned, not even by your own standards of mistake making, we all make terrible mistakes, but, they should not go down in history. They go down in your own personal history. They go down in your own sense of self and your own sense of growth. And you learn or you don't learn, and you repeat or you don't repeat. But it's nobody else's business unless it directly affects them. And it certainly isn't the business of the algorithms of computers. This is not okay. And I'm going to leave it there because anything else I can say is just a repetition of what I've already said. Please share this one. I love you all. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.